that's coming. Do you suppose that you could practice just a teensy bit more before your next lesson?
I guess so.
Is that a deal?
Okay.
Well, I don't know, you know.
Ready with that Giraldi order yet?
I told the guys to hold up on it.
Right. What's what?
Well, he still owes us for the last time.
No. Joe's an old friend. Good customer. You see that he gets that lumber.
Okay, it's your money.
You and Susan coming to dinner tonight?
Yeah, Captain said about 7.
Gonna bring the kid?
He'd kick and scream if we didn't.
So did grandmother.
Hey, next man, go ahead.
Come on, Mom, give us a break.
Well, it doesn't seem right to me. For our 30th anniversary, your father took me to Europe. We sailed on the Queen Elizabeth. Nick, you could take some time off, couldn't you?
I gotta make a living, B.
Mom, aren't you supposed to be watching your cholesterol?
With you doing it for me, I don't have to.
Sue, join the party.
What do you think what's going on over here? You see that? Hey, you guys, something's going on over there. I want to be let in on this. What's going on? Looks like a conspiracy.
Mom, there's nothing going on.
Are those new earrings?
Didn't I show you these?
Dad gave those to me.
They're great.
You saw those, didn't
Honey,
you,
would
Mom?
you look
Are
at
they
that?
magnificent?
Honey, he's only a baby.
Sport.
There's the door.
Aren't you going to answer?
Well, why don't you get it, Mom?
Why don't I?
Yeah, why don't you?
All right. I'd like to point out, this is my anniversary. You're supposed to be carrying me around on a satin pillow. Bunch of sticks. Oh, Micah! Oh, sweetheart! Oh. I'm
Happy
glad
anniversary,
to see
Mom.
you. Oh, thank you, darling. Oh.
I was sitting in the office with a client, and Wesker gives me a call, tells me he wants to have lunch right away. Now, I know I'm in trouble.
Yeah, why is that?
Well, Wesker likes to fire people over a hot lunch.
Fire you?
Okay, will you sit down? We'll serve
No,
ourselves.
go ahead and eat. I'm fine.
And so?
So we're sitting there at his favorite French restaurant, and the whole time he's telling me how expensive it is to send his kids to camp and how his wife wants to move to a bigger house. And I'm thinking, why did he invite me to lunch? When is the axe gonna fall? No thanks, Grant.
You look awfully thin to me.
Everybody looks into you, Big.
You can lose a couple of pounds.
Children.
So anyway, there we are. And the check arrives, and he hands it to me.
He expects you to pay.
That's a lot of nerve.
How do you like that?
Well, there's a hitch to this. He says to me, Pearson, now that you're a partner, you can pick up the tab, can't you?
He made your partner.
Oh,
Can you believe this guy?
Oh, my. Why didn't you tell us?
I was waiting until I got home.
Oh, I bet you knew it, didn't you?
Well, that's part of the surprise.
Mike, with all that money you're making, gonna need a good tax shelter.
Hey, with all the work I have to do, believe me, I won't have much time to spend it.
Yeah, well, let's not have it just all work, you know. I hope you're leaving a little bit of time for some relaxation.
What your mother wants to know is, are you shacking up?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I have something to tell you. I'm not a monk.
What I was trying to say is that if there's ever anyone that you would like to bring home, I just want you to know she's always welcome.
Yeah, she can sleep in my room.
Hey, you're gonna get it if you don't pay up. Been a long time since I heard you play.
You call that playing?
Sounds pretty good to me.
Why don't you come here? Come in here, Joe.
Okay, this isn't G natural.
You're a wonder.
Carnegie Hall material, I guess.
Listen, Bob, I know I wasn't here for very long. We didn't get much of a chance to talk. But, maybe next time.
Sure, next time. Nick! You should let us take you.
You know I hate saying goodbye in airports. Mom.
Okay, but you'll call the minute you get in, won't you?
Okay.
Let him go. The meter's running.
Yeah, here, don't forget your cake.
Okay, so long, Dad.
Oh, in that case, partner.
I will. Bye.
Are you gonna stay in bed all day or what? What time is it? It's 8 o'clock.
Why didn't you wake me up?
Well, I've been trying to for the last half hour.
I'm gonna be late. Oh, I'm exhausted.
Well, you better start saving your strength for falling asleep on all those beaches in Maui. Hey, are you okay? I tell you what, why don't you stay home today?
I can't. Like meetings back to back.
I called that travel agent. He has got us the most incredible hotel overlooking the beach.
Oh, listen. About the trip,
Uh-huh.
I think it's gonna have to wait.
Oh, come on, you said this time was definite.
I know, but we're too close to trial. I can't leave right now.
Michael, I have made arrangements to close the store.
Well, what can I do? They just made me a partner.
Okay, here we go again. Breakfast is served?
Thanks. We're almost out of shaving cream.
Oh, okay. So, how'd it go with your folks?
It was great. I really surprised my mom.
That's not what I meant.
Well, what did you mean?
You didn't tell them, did you?
Yeah, I told them they were thrilled. Come on, I was there less than 24 hours.
So how long does it take?
Look, I don't have the same relationship with my parents that you have with yours, okay? I don't talk about sex with them. They don't talk about sex with me.
Who is talking about sex? I'm talking about us. Hold it, hold it.
What?
Just hold it. Gray hair. Time's running out.
Your glands are swollen. How you feeling otherwise?
I'm tired. Sometimes I get these night sweats.
What about fevers?
No.
All right, hop up on the scale, Mike. I'm gonna read your fortune.
Righty.
You lost more weight.
Yeah, you know, I've never really been sick.
I'd like to do some blood work, Mike.
What for? It's just a bug, isn't it?
Maybe, but there are a lot of bugs out there.
Be right with you.
Take your time.
What are you doing here?
I just happened to be passing by the window here and I seen this extremely attractive jukebox. Does it work?
Oh, absolutely.
I always wanted one of those.
Now, that's a very special item.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could afford it, though, sir.
Well, just exactly how much is it?
Well, it's $4,000, which is a bargain considering the amount of work that I put into it.
Will you take a check?
Cash only from strangers.
Here.
What is it?
It's an envelope. Open it, find out.
Are we really going?
Yes! End of the month.
Well, what about your case?
It can wait a week. I am a partner. Denise.
Huh?
Why don't you go home?
I was hoping you'd say that. How about you?
I want to check these sites first.
Okay. Well, Justice isn't blind. She's just bug-eyed from no sleep.
Michael? I'm Dr. Redding. Dr. Reesberg asked me to see you. I hear you had an emergency.
Yeah, I couldn't breathe.
Well, clean up. Let's have a listen. Take a deep breath. Blow it out. Again. Okay. Okay. Your lungs still have some congestion, but they're better than they were.
Better?
The antibiotics should be taking effect. Your fever will come down soon.
What's wrong with him?
The tests we did last night show that you have pneumonia.
Pneumonia? I thought it was the flu or something.
Are you two lovers? There are a lot of gay men in my practice.
Yes.
How long have you been together?
2 years. I'm Peter Hill.
Here. I'm glad you're here. You should be a part of this. Michael, the type of infection you have, pneumocystis carinii, doesn't usually attack someone who's otherwise healthy. So we ran some very specific blood tests to see if your immune system was functioning normally. And the results indicated disorder. I'm sure you've heard of acquired immune deficiency syndrome.
AIDS? Are you telling me I have AIDS?
We only make this diagnosis when there's the presence of an opportunistic infection like this type of pneumonia.
I couldn't have AIDS. It's not possible.
I know this is difficult for you, but I want you to try and listen. We know a lot more than we did a year ago, even 6 months ago. We've isolated a virus that we believe causes AIDS. There are experimental drugs. Treatment is improving. I'm going to leave you on the IV for a week, and then if you're doing as well as you are now, which I'm hoping you will be, I'll send you home on oral medication. Now try and get some rest. I'll come back and see you in a while. Peter?
I don't know what I thought. I'm gonna go talk to that doctor.
Peter? Don't leave me.
I'm not here right now, but if you'll leave a message and the time you called, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks.
Hello, Michael. It's Mark. Are you all right? We've been leaving messages all week and you haven't answered any of them.
Hello? Mrs. Pearson?
I don't know why. I just think you're being stubborn.
No. You're not going to Chicago.
But why?
Because He doesn't need a mother sitting by his bedside. If it was something serious, he'd let us know.
Since when is having pneumonia not serious?
Well, I had it a couple of years ago. Got over it in, what? 2 weeks.
Sure you did. But that's because you had somebody taking care of you. You know, you had somebody making your meals and going down to the drugstore to get your medicine. He's just there all by himself. He's alone.
But you said somebody answered the phone.
A friend.
So?
Only he needs more than that.
Kay, you gotta stop babying him. He's a grown man. I mean, if he needed us, he'd let us know. He knows where we are. Hmm?
I don't want to go in there. Here is Dr. Ward. Go to 561 West. Dr. Ward, 561 West, please.
Lunch is served.
You deliver.
When we have to.
I was about to send out.
I'm sorry. Apparently there's someone on the staff who hasn't heard my lecture.
What lecture?
That you can't get AIDS just by being around someone who has it, that it's only transmissible through intimate sexual contact or blood.
Then how did I get it? I haven't had any blood transfusions lately, haven't been with anyone except Peter.
Has he?
Of course not. We have a relationship.
I'm only asking because we've discovered that it's possible for someone to be a carrier of the disease without actually showing the symptoms himself.
You mean you can pass it on without actually getting it?
What about before the two of you were together?
What, you want a complete rundown of my sexual history?
Yeah. As complete as you're willing to give me.
I had a few affairs, some one-night stands, if that's what you're getting.
Michael, I'm not judging you. It's important that we know because the number of contacts you had would increase the chances of your being exposed to someone who was contagious.
It was years ago. Before anyone knew anything about...
The problem is, Michael, that we don't know how long the incubation period for the disease is. It might be 5 years, it could be longer. We're just not sure.
You're not sure of very much, are you?
Only that the number of new cases is doubling every 9 to 12 months.
Well, I'm sure of one thing. I'm gonna get over this. I am gonna be fine.
I'm sending you home. Your x-rays have cleared up.
You're sending me home? Well, I'm going home.
I want you to take at least a month off.
A month off?
A month. Get plenty of rest, proper diet, all the common sense things. In the meantime, if you have any questions...
Questions? You're damn right I have a question. How do I live my life? How do I tell my friends, the people I work with, that I have the gay plague? How do I do that?
It's not just a gay disease, Michael. It never was. The virus doesn't know or care what your sexual preference is. Gay men have been the first to get it in this country, but there have been others. Hemophiliacs, intravenous drug users, and it hasn't stopped there.
What about Peter? I mean, when I get home, what?
Touching is fine, hugging. But I'd be careful about being more intimate than that.
I wonder how many other people will want to shake my hand when they find out what I've got.
Do yourself a favor, Michael. Don't ask too many questions you can't answer.
How much is that dog in the window? The one with
Well,
the waggly
you like it?
tail.
When'd you...
Yesterday. I had a hell of a time getting it up here, too. I almost had to break that door down.
That doggy's for
Nice.
sale.
Oh, here.
I must take a trip to California
Oh, glad you're back.
and leave my poor sweetheart.
Lift your mail on your desk. It's mostly bills.
If he
Figures.
has a dog, he won't be lonesome. And the
Are you hungry? You want a sandwich or something?
No, I'm just... Check my message.
How much is that doggy in the wind?
What are you doing?
I figured it'd be best if I stayed in here.
Well, Dr. Redding said
I
that.
don't care what the doctor said. I don't think we should take any chances. If you don't want to be here, I will understand.
Did I say that? Of course I want to be here. What's the matter with you?
Nothing. I just don't want your pity, okay?
It's not pity.
I tell you I'm not hungry, you bring me a sandwich. I'm not an invalid. Yet.
Michael, I am trying to deal with this the best way I can. If you want to sleep up here, that's fine. If you want to put up a sign that says keep out, you can do that too. Don't forget, I am just as scared as you are.
Peter. I just want you to know, as long as we've been together, I never saw anyone else.
Don't you think I know that?
Hello.
Michael, I've been worried sick about you. Are you okay?
Oh. Hi, Mom.
Why didn't you call?
I just got home.
Well, get right in bed. And listen, Michael.
As soon as you feel well enough, I want you to come back here where I can take care of you.
I'll see how I feel in a couple of days, okay? Don't worry, I'm not alone. I have a neighbor helping me.
You know what it is getting a new court date. I don't have to tell you what the delay will cost.
I realize that, but we'll make it back in the settlement.
If we weren't so close to the trial, I might consider it. But as it is, I think it's better to have Lowenthal take over.
Oh, wait a minute, Norman. This is my case. I'm the one who brought it to the firm. I've been on it for 3 years.
I know, Mike, but you're asking a hell of a lot.
I'm asking for a few more weeks.
What if you're not up to it by then?
Listen, I will be up to it and I will win it. Come on, Norman, give me a break.
Oh, hey.
Hi.
So how'd it go?
Well, it wasn't easy, but he agreed to the postponement.
Well, that's great.
Oh. Looks good.
Yeah.
Did you use any garlic?
No.
Are we out of garlic?
No. I just thought I'd use this instead.
Oh. Hey. I thought Mark and Ben were coming.
Yeah, they just called, said they couldn't make it.
Kind of like to cancel, isn't it, at the last minute?
Yeah, Mark has to prepare a lecture for class tomorrow, so it's just you and me.
Peter, did you tell Mark? Peter?
What?
You told Mark, didn't you?
He knew you were sick. He asked what was wrong, so...
So you told him? And now he's afraid to come here because he might get AIDS from eating pasta?
All right. I am sorry, all right? I shouldn't have told him.
I had a rough day. I'm a grouch. Let's just forget it, okay? I'd probably have done the same thing if I was in your shoes.
No. I don't think you would have. Michael, there's something that I didn't tell you. I didn't want to hurt you. It wasn't important. It had nothing to do with us. But I don't know if you remember last year when you were working on that class action suit, and there were times when I wouldn't see you for days or even weeks. And there were a couple of times.
How often?
Just a couple of times.
Where did you go?
Bars, once to the baths.
Did you do anything? How could you? How could you have done that? You know as well as I do what's going on out there.
I'm sorry, Michael.
You're sorry, and I have AIDS. All this time I thought we were safe because we had each other, because we were together. We'd be protected. I could have gotten this because of you.
We don't know that.
Then how else? How else? I want you to pack your stuff and get out.
Get serious, Michael.
I am serious. You think I'm joking?
This is my place as much as yours.
Not anymore. I don't want you here.
Maybe that is the problem. Maybe you never did. Every time I hear that phone ring in your study, you know, your private line, the one that I can't pick up because someone might find out that we live together, how do you think that makes me feel? Every time that you go out with your lawyer...
That is business.
It is more than business. We have lived together for 2 years. You know my friends, my family, my feelings. I have shared my life with you. You haven't shared 1 ounce of yours with me.
Because I have a private line, you go out to the bars and the baths. Is that it? Don't make excuses.
It's not an excuse. You can't even tell your own parents.
They have got nothing to do with this.
They have everything to do.
Don't bring them into it.
When are you going to tell them? When are they going to have the great honor of finding out who you are? After you're dead?
Get out of here.
Ideal.
We ought to give you a handicap, B.
We ought to give you some lessons in bridge, Nick.
When did he get here?
Last night.
How's he look?
Well, thin as a rail, but he says he feels fine.
You should introduce him to Gwen Fletcher.
I thought she got married.
She did. She's divorced now with 2 kids.
Yeah, but she gets child support.
Gene, would you play your hand?
Yes, I will. Will you give me a chance?
Would you excuse me a minute, please?
Sure. 1 spade.
Pass.
4 spades.
Pass.
Pass.
Michael?
What are you doing out here? It's so chilly tonight.
I just needed some air.
Yeah. Well, I think you should really still be in bed. Why don't I make you some hot tea and bring it up to you? Michael, what is it? Tell me.
I'm sick.
Kate?
We're out here, honey.
Mike. Let's come on in. Say hello to the guests.
Michael's not feeling well. I think he has a little fever.
Ah, he looks all right to me.
No, it's very easy to get a relapse with pneumonia. I really think you should come in, Michael.
It's
Really.
not just pneumonia, Mom. I have AIDS. It's a disease.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Michael, that's impossible. Who told you such a thing?
The doctors did. They did tests.
No, AIDS is that disease that's...
I'm gay, Mom. Dad?
No! Oh, no!
Nick, are you coming back in here to play? You always walk out when I've got a good hand.
Oh, honey, just leave that. I was just going to do that.
I can help,
No,
Mom.
come on. You rest yourself. I got it. I told George Little Phil not to smoke cigars in my house, but you know...
Mom. I know I didn't exactly pick the best time.
When would have been the best time?
What is that supposed to mean? Are you telling me I shouldn't have come here?
Of course not. This is still your home. We're still your parents. How are you feeling today?
Fine. I'm okay. Mom, I'm gonna be all right. I just have to take care of myself.
Of course. Michael, would you have ever told us if you didn't get this
Disease? I don't know. I wanted to tell you for a long time.
Why didn't you?
Why didn't I? I didn't think you'd approve. And you don't, do you?
Well, no. But I don't mean, you know, yes, for... No. The thing is, you're my son. I wouldn't let anything in the world separate us. I feel really awful that you didn't know that.
I knew that, Mom, but what about Dad?
Well, it was just such a shock to him, you know. It just came so unexpectedly. He just couldn't think. He just couldn't understand.
And he won't understand ever.
Hey, wait a minute. You were so afraid to be judged by us. Well, don't you judge him. You give him another chance. Come on, let's have some breakfast.
I'm not hungry.
Well, you're going to eat.
How much do you need? That shouldn't be a problem. Come in. Well, you stop by this afternoon, I'll take care of it. Yeah, sure. Goodbye.
Is this a bad time?
Lars, bring that payroll in here.
I was hoping we'd have a chance to talk this morning before you left.
Well, lawyers sleep later than the rest of us.
What about now?
I'm busy now.
Well, I'm sure if you spoke to the boss, he'd give you a few minutes off.
There you are. You just get better looking every time I see you.
Dad?
What do you want from me, Michael?
Just listen, that's all.
I heard you. You're a homosexual. And you have this disease.
A disease that when people hear about it, they want to run in the other direction. And I don't blame them. I would too, only I can't. Because it's inside me. Dad, I'm ashamed. I can't even look anyone in the face anymore because I know what they're thinking. Same thing that you are. That I'm queer, that I deserve to have this for what I've done.
You don't know what I'm thinking, and you sure as hell don't know what I feel.
I know this is difficult for you. And I know I should have told you about myself sooner. I am sorry about that. I didn't have the guts. But I am not going to apologize for what I am because it's taken me too long to accept it.
Oh. So you've accepted it. Great. What about us? What about your mother and me? What are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to embrace your lifestyle just like that?
Of course not. I'm not.
You come back here on your time, on your terms, and you expect us to respond the way you want. Well, things don't work that way.
Well, how do they work? I want to know.
You can start by telling me how a son of mine, could become a stranger. You go off to school. Then you go to Chicago. We see each other once every 6 months. We talk on the phone once a week. I ask you how you are. You say you're fine. I don't pry. You're a grown man. You have your own life. That's the way it should be. Can't expect to be as close as we once were. But I never thought the day would come when you'd be in front of me and I wouldn't know who you are.
Dad.
Go home, Michael. It's a place of business. I have work to do.
You're kidding. You finally told them that you're gay? Well, what happened? What did they say?
Not too much.
When I told them that Bob and I were having problems, there was a strain in the air for weeks, and it wasn't Chopin. At least I'm off the hook. I mean, you don't know how tough it's been. Every time I see them, they ask me who you're going out with and when you're getting married. I never even told Bob, I swear. Anyway, Michael, it's your life, and Mom and Dad have no right to tell you how to live it. I just hope you're being careful. I see all these horrible stories in the news about AIDS. It's really scary.
I have it, Suze.
No.
Hey, Mom!
That's why I came home.
Uncle Mike!
Gregory, no! Come here!
Let go! I want to see Uncle Mike.
The dentist called today. He has to change your appointment to Friday afternoon. Will that be all right?
Sure.
Want some more rice, honey?
No, thanks, Mom. I've decided I'm going back to Chicago tomorrow.
No, you're not well enough to go yet. Nick, tell him.
He'll do what he wants. It's his decision.
Michael, what is it? Are you all right?
I think I'm just gonna go to bed. Good night, Mom.
Don't do that.
Dad's right, Mom. You might catch it just by looking at me.
What are you doing? Isn't he suffering enough?
What about us? What if you get it? What if I get it?
Oh, that's not possible. You can't get it just by casual contact or by, being in the same room with him or something like that. Where's that magazine? It's got everything in it. It's got here.
I don't want to know about it.
Well, you have to know about it. There's a very real possibility that he could die from this. He's going to need a lot of attention, a lot of care.
He can get it from his own kind.
We're his own kind.
He's, what do they call it now? Gay?
He's our son, for God's sake.
Huh?
Upstairs.
He was shaking like he had convulsions, and then they just went unconscious.
Is he on any drugs, medication?
No, just this, please. We've got to get to the hospital.
What was he taking this for?
He's had pneumonia.
Are you sure that's all it was?
Well, he has something wrong with his immune system.
Lady, what's wrong with your son?
He has AIDS.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but you're gonna have to find another way to get him to the hospital.
No! Please! 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 Please!
What the hell kind of business you guys run? You gotta get to a hospital. He's sorry, but we're not handling anyone with AIDS. Please, you gotta go back there. He's sick. He needs help. You get back upstairs. I'll sue you. I'll shut you down. That's my son. And you take him to the hospital.
Go get the car. I'll take Michael. Get the car.
Yes.
Here, Mike. Here we go.
There's Miss Pearson, Dr. Gilbert. I'll be attending Michael.
How is he?
He's had a seizure. According to the neurologist, it's probably from toxoplasmosis, which is an infection of the brain that some AIDS patients develop.
Will he be all right?
Fortunately, he's responding to treatment.
Excuse me. Forgive me, but I don't know very much about what my son has. Just what I've read. And it said that a large percent of these patients don't survive.
Well, let's not concern ourselves with long-range possibilities. Let's just concentrate on getting Michael through this episode.
I'm sorry. I have to know what his chances are.
In my experience, Mrs. Pearson, I've never known anyone with AIDS to survive.
No.
Once the immune system is destroyed, the body's left helpless, wide open for any number of diseases or infections.
But I thought... I'm sure that I heard that there's some cure.
I wish there were. We're trying to find one, but it may take years.
But he told me himself that he's feeling better. He said that he's getting well.
None of us expects to die, especially when we're young. It's only natural to deny.
Are you telling me that he's going to die?
There'll be periods when he feels relatively well, when he can go about business as usual. But he'll become progressively weaker as he fights off one opportunistic infection after the next. Eventually, his condition will deteriorate.
When?
A year, maybe 2.
There must be something that you can do. You're a doctor.
Now, look here, Mrs. Pearson. I have got a woman who's got AIDS, who gave birth to a daughter. We think she has it, too. I've got a couple with it. The husband was a hemophiliac. He died just this morning. What I'm trying to tell you is, your son is not the only one. Now, we are understaffed, we are underfunded, And I am trying to save my time and my energy for my patients. Is there anything else you need to know?
What do we say to him?
Give him as much support as you can. Encourage him to live his life.
Lie to him.
Allow him his hope. It's the only weapon he has left.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, darling. Make coffee. So nice.
Is he all right?
I don't know. I think so.
Oh, what did the doctors say?
He said that he would recover. This time. I'm going back to see him tomorrow. We can drive in together.
I can't go tomorrow. I have some errands to run and I have to drop off the car.
Susan.
I can't see him.
Why not?
Mom, I'm pregnant.
Oh. There's no risk just being in the same room with him.
I can't take that chance. Mom, why can't you respect my decision for once?
Is it your decision?
What is that supposed to mean?
Didn't Bob have something to say about this?
Mom, you know I love Michael. It has nothing to do with that. I have to think about my family.
Oh. I thought we were your family, too. Forgive me. I'm gonna go up and lie down. Do whatever the hell you want.
This is Michael.
How you doing?
Okay.
Me too. I'm hanging in there.
What are you in for?
Toxo. Am I right?
How'd you know that?
I've had it.
You've had everything.
What can I say? I'm a medical marvel. I love that robe. Where'd you get it?
Todd, have you started your chemotherapy yet?
Tomorrow. I'm a little bit scared.
Don't worry, you'll get through it all right.
They say your hair falls out.
Well, you just have to be more creative when you have less to work with. Here. I don't know about the rest of you, but I've been on pins and needles all week. Now, when we last saw James, he was just about to tell his boss the news. But what happened?
He fired me.
No.
Lost my health insurance, too. Somebody told me he had my office disinfected.
Lemon scented or pine?
Is that supposed to be funny?
Laugh and the world laughs with you. Cry, you bore me to tears.
Saw my wife yesterday.
How did that go, Phil?
Okay.
You're not gay?
No, I'm not gay.
Are you kidding? He's not good looking enough.
Shut up, faggot, I'm talking.
Phyllis.
Okay?
Okay, go on, talk.
I think I got it from a hooker. I used to do that kind of thing. At first, Linda, that's my wife. She didn't want me to see my kids. Yesterday, she brought them along. She said she still loved me, and she would stick by me. I gave her a hug. She turned her head away.
How did you feel when she did that?
It hurt. Not so much what she did, but knowing that no one would ever kiss me again.
At least you had someone to hug you. Been so long since anyone's touched me.
No one's asked me. I'm available.
Does he always go on like this?
Always.
Where's Brian?
I wanted to discuss that with you. Brian died yesterday.
I was just talking to him a couple of days ago. He said he was doing better.
He was.
You know, I'm getting pretty tired of making friends who keep dying.
I know what you mean. It's almost impossible to put together a dinner party these days.
I don't know why we all don't just...
What, Todd? Go on.
stand it.
In what?
The whole thing. Just get it over with now. I just wanted to stop.
It's okay. Let it go. Go on. Let it go. Go on.
Michael?
Excuse me. Where are you going? I don't want to be here.
Who does?
We'd like you to stay.
I don't belong here.
Let's talk about it.
There's nothing to talk about.
So, how'd you like our little group? I love the strong, silent type. Listen, I wasn't thrilled about it either, thinking I was one of them. But you know, it is the only fraternity I've ever rushed that let me in. What'd you say your name was again?
I didn't.
Oh, come on, be nice.
Michael.
Sing out, Louise.
Michael. Michael Pearson.
Oh, that is a very nice name. Victor D'Amato, liberally translated, a winner in love. Oh, don't mind these. They're just my war wounds. A little vanishing cream and... What is that, rat? Where I used to work, we'd have been taken out and shot if we served a meal like that.
You a waiter?
Chef. What about you? You gainfully employed or you just get by on your looks?
I'm a lawyer.
A lawyer? Oh, I was thinking of having a new will drawn up. My estate is in a state of total chaos.
I don't do wills.
I'll pay you handsomely. Handsome. So on a contingency basis, of course.
What contingency?
That I die. No point in having one if I don't. I love this road.
You should be in your own room, Victor.
Nurse Lincoln, I'm the official welcome wagon. She's been like a mother to me. Are these homemade?
Look, if you don't mind, I would rather be alone. Okay?
Sure. I mean, I thought you just might like to have some company, seeing as we're both in the same boat. See you on the shuffleboard court. Doors, they're the hardest thing.
You like the brownie?
I really shouldn't. I'm watching my weight.
Watching your weight. How long have you had
It?
it?
Almost 2 years. I've been in and out of this hospital so many times, I ought to belong to the Disease of the Month Club.
How do you get through it? I mean, how do you keep going?
I'll put up my dukes, and I fight.
Please.
Listen to me. Listen. That last time I was in here, I heard this doctor say he didn't think I was going to make it. I told him, I says, I'm hanging in there till they find a cure, and when they do, I'm going to be the first in line. Now, look. Take it from the champ. This is no time for a hunger strike.
They're doing beautifully this year. I only hope an early frost doesn't come along and nip them in the bud.
Did you hear what I said, Mom?
I heard every word. Why didn't you tell me sooner?
I didn't want to worry you.
Do you think I'm that fragile? If I were, I wouldn't have lasted this long. I'm going to the hospital.
He'll be home in a few days. Why don't you see him then?
When your father was sick, they did the same thing. They tried to keep it from me. I don't appreciate it from you.
I just know how hard it's been on us, you know. I mean, Nick won't even talk to him. He acts as if Michael did the whole thing on purpose, just to hurt him.
And he's a damn fool. Michael's never done anything except to make him proud.
Well, he had dreams for him.
Oh, it isn't up to Michael to fulfill his dreams, any more than it was up to you to fulfill mine. Marrying Nick Pearson, instead of being a pianist. You could have had an important career.
Ma.
All your teachers at the Boston Conservatory said so. But you had your own mind, you had your own life. I accepted it. I had to.
I'm gonna lose him, Ma.
When your father died, I told myself I'd never have to cry again. I was grateful for that, because I'd be the next to go. That's the way it should be. I've lived my life. Michael's so young. His life is just beginning. Darling.
Hi.
Mom.
Well, you certainly are looking better.
Huh?
Grandma sent you this from her garden.
Oh, that's nice. I'll give her a call.
Oh. Dad wanted to come.
Yes, but he's busy. I understand.
Well, you know how he feels about hospitals.
Yeah, the same way he feels about me.
He loves you very much, in spite of what you might think. A friend of yours called.
Who?
Peter. He was very upset when I told him what had happened. He's your lover, isn't he?
Yeah.
How long have you been together?
A couple of years.
Couple of years. Then the two of you both stay together at your apartment, right?
We used to. We're not together anymore.
Because of your illness?
Not just that. There were other reasons.
I'm sorry. It's just hard for me to imagine.
That I was with another man? I haven't been unhappy, Mom.
Hey, handsome. You're showing I'll Cry Tomorrow on Channel.
Excuse me. Victor. This is my mother. Mom, this is Victor.
Hello.
I'll catch you after the matinee.
Does that man have this? Sorry I'm late. I was at the hospital.
How is he?
Well, he's complaining about the food. That's always a good sign. He asked about you. I know he'd like to see you.
Well, you're going. That's enough.
No, it may be enough that I buy the Christmas presents. Sign both their names to them and write the thank you notes, but not this time. When I was there, this young man came in. He was so frail and weak he could hardly walk. It was that Kaposi sarcoma, I think they call it. I'd read about it, but I wasn't prepared.
Please, not now.
I want you to hear this. When this young man found out that he had AIDS, his roommates locked him out of the apartment. They took his possessions, threw him out on the street. Not one of his friends would take him in. He was out there wandering around sick, literally sleeping on park benches. And the worst thing of all, his parents just washed their hands of him. They refused to see him. They wouldn't speak to him. They have never spoken to him since. He's in that hospital and he's alone. He's dying all alone. No one. I tell you, Nick, that is not going to happen to our son. Not to Michael.
To my Aunt Wilma of Wheeling, West Virginia, I leave my collection of fine porcelain. Getting all this down, handsome.
Porcelain to Aunt Wilma.
My recipes. Better burn them.
Why is that?
Lest they fall into the wrong hands. Spike's collar.
Spike?
I picked him up one night outside the bar of the same name.
I don't know if I want to hear this.
He hadn't had a decent meal in days. So I took him home, made him a veal roulade, stuffed with pimentos and green peppers. I may never have known how to keep a man, but I sure knew how to keep a dog.
You ought to be taking it easy there, Victor.
Hey, can't you see I'm in conference with my lawyer? You kindly excuse us. To Nurse Lincoln, a man's best friend, I bequeath Spike's collar. She'll probably look better in it than he ever did.
Victor?
It's all trash nobody wants. Just forget it.
Come on, you hired me.
I'm firing you.
I can't allow that as your lawyer. And I feel I ought to give you some advice.
Free?
Yes. It doesn't matter what you leave or who you leave it to. That's not the purpose of a will. It's to validate your life. To say I was here.
Was here. I'm not going nowhere. Except maybe on a date with that new orderly.
Oh, I almost forgot. I have something that I think you might like.
Yeah. For me. Thanks. Handsome.
Come in. Dad. I thought Mom was coming.
Well, your mother had some things to do, so I volunteered. You ready?
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Good. Better.
Welcome home, sweetheart.
Hi, Mom.
There's someone here to see you.
Come on. What are you doing here?
I just happened to be in the neighborhood.
Oh, how long?
About an hour.
Oh.
Peter offered to stay at a motel, but I've invited him to stay with us.
Who's Peter?
Dad, this is Peter. Peter, this is my dad.
It was nice of your mother to let me come.
Oh, you finally met the folks.
You look good.
You don't look so hot.
Well, thanks a lot. I'm okay. I haven't slept much lately.
Just take care of yourself. Please don't get sick.
Michael, if it's true, if I'm the one that gave this to you...
Oh,
then...
Dr. Redding said it could have been someone before we met, before we were even together.
But we'll never know for sure, will we?
No, but stop blaming yourself.
After what I did? After what you said?
Stop I just needed an excuse. I needed a reason.
Okay. Then come home.
I can't.
Why not?
Peter, I can't. I may be okay this minute, right now, but what's gonna happen next week? Next month? I can't put you through that.
Look, I'm scared. I'm scared to death. But that is no reason for us not to be together.
Peter, when you told me that when you yelled at me, that I didn't share my life...
I was angry. I was upset.
You were right. That doesn't mean I didn't love you.
Hey, that travel agent called. Guess what?
What?
There's a hurricane in Maui.
Are you serious?
You know, the last time we were in Chicago, that was, what, Nick, about 2 years ago? Anyway, Michael lived in this little tiny room. I don't know what you'd call it.
It was a studio, Mom.
Come on, Michael, it was more like a closet.
What's so funny?
Beats me.
Well, you should see where we live now. We've got a great view of the lake, a terrace.
That's nice.
Yes. Could you please pass the butter, Mr. Pearson?
Michael tells me you're interested in old things.
Yes, I like restoring them, making them like they once were.
Now, I'd say that's something worth doing, restoring things to what they once were. Nick, wouldn't you say that?
Depends on what it is, B.
Oh, anything that once meant something to you and still does.
to your car, Gran.
Oh, stop treating me like an old lady.
Don't forget your dish, Mom. Thank you. And drive slowly, will you, please? Just let him honk.
Yes, Cat. I'll call you in the morning. Why don't you bring your friend over to my house? Maybe you can fix that old radio. Hasn't worked since Jack Benny went off the air.
I'll ask him. No, Gran.
Michael, it's a disease, not a disgrace. That's what I told your grandfather when people, friends, wouldn't come to visit him because he had cancer. They thought if they breathed the same air, they would develop a tumor. That's how people are. Come on. Give your grandma a kiss.
So what do you think of Peter?
He's nice. He's polite. More importantly, Michael's very happy he's here.
Then he's doing better.
Well, if you're so interested, why don't you come over? Or are you planning never to see him again?
I already told you.
I know what you told me, but he is your brother. Keep remembering how close you were.
We still are.
And I don't see how you can let him down like this.
Mom, if it was you and you were carrying one of us, what would you do?
Dr. Ward, 561.
How'd it go today?
Fine.
Did you see your friend? How's he feeling?
He's much better now, Mom.
I couldn't sleep. I hope you don't mind. I was just looking at some old pictures of Michael when he was a kid. It's strange. I mean, when you know someone and then you see they have this whole other life you know nothing about.
I know.
You probably haven't seen this one. It was taken last summer up at Lake Charlevoix. I had never been fishing before. I was sure I was going to hate it, but Michael showed me how. We had a great time. He told me how you and he used to go fishing.
He told you that?
Yes, he talks about you a lot.
He never told me about you.
Well, that's always been a problem between us. I have wanted to meet you for a long time.
Yeah?
Yes.
Your parents know about you?
Yes, sir, they do.
They accept it?
They try to.
Well, I don't. It's not the way I raised my son.
But it's the way he is. You can't change that.
Don't you tell me about Michael. You don't know him.
I think I do, Mr. Pearson.
You know, throw you out of here right now. It's my wife who wants you here.
You think that would change anything? The way Michael and I feel about each other?
I don't give a damn how you feel about each other. Where did he get it? Why couldn't it have been you?
Well, I wish it had been me. Because I don't know how I'm going to live without him.
Well, he's not gonna die. Those doctors don't know what they're talking about. And they don't know Michael. You know what this is? You know what this is? That's for winning the state track finals. He didn't think he could do it, but I knew better. Yeah, he was up on a ladder, helped me put a new roof on the garage. He fell down and broke his leg. Bad break. Doctor said he might not get full use of it again. Well, you should have seen Michael's face. There he was, ready to go to the June finals, and he had this big cast on his leg. He didn't think he'd make it. But when that cast came off, I drove him to the Y every night, and he swam laps for 2 hours just to strengthen it. It was tough at first, but I kept pushing him. And the more I pushed him, the angrier he got. But I didn't care. I told him he could curse me all he wanted to as long as he didn't give up. Yeah. Now, when he won this, he said, I couldn't have made it without you. Tough son of a bitch.
He's not going to make it without you this time either.
I'm very glad you came, Peter.
Thank you, Mrs. Pearson. I hope we see each other again.
Yes. You know, I've always been a little worried about Michael. I've been concerned that, well, he has everything in the world but someone to come home to. Well.
Bye. I could stay a couple more days.
No, you have to get back.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm just gonna miss you.
When you get back, we're gonna give a party. Have some friends over. People have been asking about you. Throw some 45s on the jukebox, have some fun. What do you say?
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Hi. It's gonna be all
Nick,
right.
what's going on?
Nothing. It's between me and my son. It's gonna be all right. What kind of a stupid stunt was that? Answer me!
It's my life. What's left of it.
Doesn't mean it's yours to take.
It would have been easier.
For who?
For all of us.
What if your mother had found you?
I was hoping it'd be you. It's what you want, isn't it, Dad? See me dead? Well, I want it too. Because I know what's gonna happen to me. I'll be down to 80 pounds.
You
I'll
don't
be
know
attached
that.
to tubes.
You don't know that.
I'll be drugged out of my mind.
You don't know that.
I do know that. I've seen it. You always said, study hard, you'll get good grades. Present the best argument, you'll win the case. Well, there's no way I can win this one.
So what are you gonna do? You gonna toss it away without a fight?
I've been fighting ever since I got this. Fighting to stay alive. Fighting to keep my hopes up.
Fight some more.
I can't!
Don't tell me you can't. I worked hard for you, kid. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have gone to that fancy Ivy League school. You wouldn't be a partner in that big shot law firm. You'd be driving a lumber truck.
You didn't do it for me. You did it for you. To make you proud.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you're right. Because I believed in you. More than I believed in myself.
Dad, don't say that. Why do you think it was so hard for me to come back here to tell you? Because I wanted you to be proud. And now I've let you down. I'm not the man you wanted me to be. Well, I don't give a damn what you think anymore, because I'm a better man than you'll ever be, you son of a bitch!
That's right. That's right. You go on, you call me anything you want. Call me anything you want. You hit me if you want to, as long as you don't give up! I don't want you to die. I don't want you to die. I don't want you to die.
Getting pretty good.
I had a good teacher. Oh. Spoke too soon.
You'd better give me a hand.
Which one?
Right.
You ready?
Ready.
Okay.
Has he left yet? Not bad.
Not good.
Mom says you're going back.
Tonight.
I would have been here sooner, but you know me. I always leave everything for the last minute. Michael, I'm sorry.
Well, it's about time you got here. What? Are you sure?
Sure.
Mom, Susie's touching me.
Shut up, Michael.
Oh, look at this.
You will call when you get in, won't you?
I will.
Peter gonna be at the airport?
He better be. Where's Dad?
He's in.
Dad, time to go.
you'd let us drive you.
You know I hate saying goodbye in airports. Goodbye, Mom.
You win that case. Huh? Partner?
I will, Dad. I love you.